You might be surprised at how fast someone could get deported in 2025. I've seen people with green cards or even work permits who have lived here legally, have jobs, take care of their families, they do the right thing, except for have legal status, but yet they get picked up by ICE for just one mistake. And once that happens, it can be very hard and sometimes impossible to stop it. Hi, I'm Zyra Solano, an immigration attorney, and I'm going to explain 5 things that can get you deported right away, even if you've been living in the United States for many years. Some of these things most people don't even realize can cause them problems. Let's talk about 5 things that could get you deported very quickly in 2025. These are real laws, and they're being enforced more strictly now than ever. The first is serious crimes, also called aggravated felonies. If you're arrested and the court gives you a sentence of at least 12 months or more, even if you don't go to jail for the entire time, it can count as a serious crime under immigration law. Even if your state calls your crime a misdemeanor, it's still an aggravated felony for immigration purposes. So some of these things include theft, fraud, for example, like lying to get money, fights, or violent behavior that includes assaults. Even if you've lived in the United States for a long time, this kind of crime can make you immediately deportable. And often, there's no way to stop it once it happens. That's why if you've ever been arrested, you should speak with both a criminal lawyer and an immigration lawyer before you agree to take a deal with the prosecutor in court. The second is drug charges. Even a small drug charge, for personal use, for example, can get you deported. If you're caught with any illegal drug, even just one pill or one small bag, it can be a really big immigration problem. It doesn't matter if it's a misdemeanor or if you never even went to jail, you could be deported for cocaine, Adderall without a prescription, and heroin, to give you some examples. Only one small exception exists, and that is if you have marijuana under 30 grams and it's your first time being arrested for a controlled substance violation. Even if your case gets dismissed in criminal court after you do a program, for example, the damage might already be done if you went into criminal court and on the record said or signed something admitting guilt to the crime. The third is domestic violence for any type of family violence. If you are convicted of hurting or threatening someone in your family or someone who lives with you in the same household and your state considers that a family member, that counts as domestic violence. Family members that are included are your spouse, whether they're with you now or they're your ex, your children, your stepchildren, a boyfriend or a girlfriend that lives with you, a parent. And even if it's a small misdemeanor charge with no jail time, you could still get deported for this. And it includes any type of physical fight, unlawful physical touching, yelling, threatening, breaking a protective order that was previously set by a judge. Do not, I repeat, do not take any plea deals without talking to an immigration lawyer first. The fourth is lying on immigration papers. This is also known as immigration fraud. If you lied on your immigration applications and you use fake papers, or you got a green card through a fake marriage, you could be deported, even if it's years later that Homeland Security finds out. This includes using someone else's social security number, saying something false to immigration, even if it seems like a really small white lie. Immigration can go back when you're applying for something now. Check your paperwork at any time, even if you're not applying for anything with them at the moment. And there's no time limit on this. So even if you had your green card for, let's say, 20 years, you can lose it if fraud is found. The other thing to consider about fraud is that some people commit fraud in general, and then others commit a fraud in order to procure and obtain an immigration benefit. Either situation, whether you're getting an immigration benefit or not, can affect you years later if Homeland Security finds out. And the fifth is not updating your address with immigration. I know this sounds really small, but if you move and you don't tell immigration your new address within 10 days, that is a crime and it's against the law. Most people don't know this rule, but it's true. Immigration can use it against you if you're in trouble for something else. You can easily update your address online by visiting USCIS.gov. It takes less than 5 minutes. The government is acting faster and tougher than we've ever seen. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, ICE, they're starting deportation cases more quickly than ever before. Judges are giving removal orders, deportation orders much faster too. So something small that might not have been a big deal before could now get you deported very fast. If you're ever arrested, talk to an immigration lawyer before agreeing to anything. Prosecutors will offer you things that seem like a sweet deal. No jail time, a low fine, maybe some probation. I cannot stress enough how important it is that you speak to an immigration attorney before you accept the deal, before you say, yes, I'm going to take this plea offer. If you apply for anything with USCIS, make sure you're 100% honest. Keep your address updated with USCIS and never ever guess if something might be okay. Ask someone who understands immigration law. In my next video, I'll explain a big legal fight about who gets to be a U.S. citizen by birth. President Trump signed an order that tries to stop some children born in the United States from becoming U.S. citizens. And it's going all the way to the Supreme Court right now. And if you or someone in your family was born in the United States to immigrant parents, you need to watch that video. It can change everything.